Hi, I'm Art Caplan. I'm at the Division of Medical Ethics at NYU's Grossman School of Medicine. Well, lawyers have a saying: bad facts make for bad cases make for bad laws. What we're seeing, I fear, all too often in discussions about reproductive rights, reproductive behavior, attempts to regulate and legislate with respect to abortion, with respect to contraception, are a lot of bad facts. And I do think it's important that science and medicine speak up in local settings every opportunity they have, not so much to say what government should do, not so much to say whether or not they think a particular law is good or bad, but certainly to get the facts straight in their role as doctors, in their role as scientists sometimes, in their role as caregivers. So bad facts are making a lot of bad policy in the reproductive behavior space. For example, there are a lot of people, mainly on the conservative side, who are saying things like IUDs, emergency contraception, even birth control itself cause abortions. That is simply not true. There are interventions that prevent fertilization from occurring. There are also interventions that prevent implantation from occurring. Both of those are not abortions. If an embryo has not implanted into a womb, it is not, by any biological definition, a pregnancy. And in situations where a barrier method or something else prevents sperm and egg from meeting, if there is an agent that prevents an egg from implanting, these are facts that legislators, the public, even your patients need to understand if they're going to make sound policy about access to methods used to control reproduction. Similarly, you can see in debates about, are embryos deserving of rights? An Alabama court has ruled that embryos are tiny children. Well, a court can say what it wishes in terms of legal status, but it shouldn't be deviating from the facts, and the facts are clear. Embryos outside of a uterus implanted are not babies. They are not children. At most, an embryo in a dish might be considered, let's say, a possible person. Once it implants in a uterus, it may become a potential person because it then still has a failure rate post implantation of not becoming a baby that's very high. 40 to 50% of such embryos are miswired, genetically flawed, aren't going to be able to turn into a child. So the notion that every embryo, whether it's stored in a tank, sitting in a dish, is somehow a tiny child, factually just not true. And you can't make good policy if you ignore the facts. People may wish to protect embryos, they may wish to restrict in vitro fertilization, they may wish to have people implant any embryo that is created, mandate that that has to happen because they don't want any tiny children not to be brought to term. But factually, they're operating outside the realm of what biology and medicine know. There's no tiny baby, no homunculus, no preformed baby inside an embryo. And an egg that simply fails to implant is not technically even a pregnancy. So I think all of us have an obligation when we're in disputes, wherever they occur, whether we're fighting about laws or just having an argument with the neighbors or trying to make it clear to younger high school students or even patients, what are the facts about what we know about eggs, about how birth control works? What do we know about embryos? What do we know about their failure rate? What do we know about the significance of saying the facts have to guide public policy? I think the facts should. Unfortunately, I don't think that's always been true in recent years. And as efforts heat up to intervene more with things like contraception, getting the facts straight become even more important and more of a duty for those who know best. I'm Art Caplan at the Division of Medical Ethics at NYU Grossman School of Medicine. Thank you for watching.